called Nani. We're celebrating today Mele Okai, songs about the sea, songs about the ocean, songs about things that live in the sea, songs about boats that aren't actually about boats, but we'll get there. Firstly, I want to send a couple of huge mahalo to HGA and to Moka, who helped make this event possible. And to Olelo, you'll see them around. They are filming, and eventually it will be available for everyone to watch on Olelo. So mahalo to all of them. We have some very talented musicians, yes. We have a very fun program and some very talented musicians. I thank you all for joining us tonight. My name is Po'ai Lincoln, and I am the new program coordinator and volunteer coordinator. I've stepped into the big shoes of Marsha, and this is her baby, and I'm very happy to be a part of keeping it going. So, nice. With no further ado, we're going to start it off. Mahalo.
We welcome you to this, the fourth and final concert in this year's series, based on Mary Kavenapuku'i's Mele, celebrating the beauty of the world around us. Iluna above, Ilalo below, Iuka in the uplands, and Ikai in the sea. Thus the chant that we began with tonight had an ocean preface of sailing across the rough Kaiwi Channel between Molokai and Oahu and entering into the welcome, calm, protected Bay of Honolulu, where the nearshore region of Ma'amala surrounds us as an ocean lei. Over the course of the year, we celebrated the birds of the sky, the flowers of the earth, the forests of the uplands, and tonight, the fish of the sea. So, for the fourth and final time, we get to dance together. Tutu Puku'i's Mele Nani Keaunei. By now, many of you know the drill, right? Do you remember that? So, if we say, point right, you will point right. And we will mirror you. And now, point left. Okay, very good. So let's quickly go over the first three verses. You know them if you were with us here for the previous concerts, and if you have eidetic memories. And so if you do, follow along. Okay, what's a good tone? Ah. that was really poor. you, you don't have to sing, but do the motions with us, right? And so, what follows next is ikai. So what you do is ocean waves to the left, over to the right, ocean waves to the left, and then any fish motion you want in the middle. Okay? And then you do ocean waves to the left, ocean waves to the right, and then any fish you want, any fish movement that you want in the middle. And then we might as well do the last verse since we won't have another concert to do the hyena verse, right? So we're gonna do the hyena. Hyena is essentially a telling, a gift from your mouth out and given to you, right? And so left hand, right hand up, and then left hand out, and then the whole world. Okay? And then left hand given as a gift, right hand song given as a gift, and then the whole world. Okay? You remember that? The kai fish, gift, whole world. Okay, you got it. I am the chant teacher, not the hula teacher. So, ikai la ikai. Ikai la ikai na I ao kamoana. Ikai la ikai na I ao kamoana. Haina mai kapuana. Uanani ke haone. Haina mai kapuana. Uanani ke haone. And that, in contrast, was a great job. Mahalo. Okay. So, now we get our chanters back over here. One really can't speak of the kai without acknowledging that the people of the Pacific, Hawaiians among them, were accomplished navigators and oceanic voyagers. The technology of the wa'a, the canoe, was the great innovation of the Pacific. The original spaceship, traveling between habitable islands across the vast and inhospitable expanse of Te Moana Nui. So the building of a canoe was a huge undertaking and started with the great skill of the kahuna kalaiwa'a, the canoe carver, selecting the appropriate forest trees, carving and assembling the many parts. Each physical part of the process was accompanied by spiritual effort, with a pule, a prayer to match the task. You have likely read that Lea is the goddess of the kalaiwa'a. She is a forest deity, the one that can take the form of the elepaio bird, and whose behavior in bird form tells the kahuna kalaiwa'a whether or not the tree he is assessing is sound. So the first part of a pulewa'a, a canoe prayer, addresses not only Lea Kawahine, but the many gods of the forest, such as Ku Mokuhali'i, that's Ku whose forest covers the island, Ku Alanawau, Ku of the forest offering, Ku Pa'aike'e, Ku whose ad strokes remove imperfections. And in Hawaii, Ku is the major god of the forest trees, but in Aotearoa, in New Zealand, it's Tane who is the main god of forests. In Hawaii, an echo of that is seen in Kane Aluka, Kane widespread, one of the few Kane gods among the litany of the Akua of the forest, of the canoe carver. Na Akua Kalaiwa'a Pau. Lea Kawahine, Lea Kawahine, Kua Kalaiwa'a, Kua Kawahine, no Hotupai, Ku Mokupai, Ku Alawa, Ku Pepe Aroa, Ku Horopani, Ku Paike, Kane Aluka, Kua Kalaiwa'a. The next part of the pule speaks of the offering made to these akua, a nice pig, a pua'a, offered by the chief Keanuenue as a mohai, a high offering for the wa'a being built for him, for his voyaging across the sea. It makes a request for those canoe gods to watch carefully to na pono, care for the canoe and guard it, malamai kia'i, against all those threats to the canoe as it's launched. Rocky outcrops, hidden reef flats, rogue waves, and finally, the great swells of the open ocean. Any proper pule also suggests the desired outcome of the prayer. In this case, that the wa'a arrive at its voyaging destination sound through calm seas, pohu, and through protected waters, malu, that it be turned so as to avoid the rocky shoals, pass through the reefs as it sails by day and by night, ikeao mekapo. And if the pule is a powerful one and well answered by the akua, then the canoe will be protected along its entire length. Ke kino holo o ko'a o ka wa'a, and be watched over through its long life until it's weather-worn, lu'a lu'a, until the kohe kohe, the barnacles, grow on the hull along with the limu. Sorry. Yes, that is what is requested in exchange for the pule and the offering, that the canoe be guarded and watched over. Ah, mama. And with that, the pule for the wa'a is complete and it is launched. When we think of the winds and rains of Hawaii as associated with particular sections of land, such as the Uaku Kalahale that I hope doesn't come to visit us tonight, the rain that announces itself on your rooftop on the lands of Honolulu here. But each of the kai also had their associated properties. The different kai from Waikiki to Ewa along the leeward coast of Oahu were named and celebrated. At Waikiki were the surfing spots, Kalehuawehe, Aiwohi, Maihiva, and Kapuni. And this Oli we offer you mentions other kai had their features and quirks as well. The Bay of Mamala right here required you to take off your kapa and wade naked through it, au kohana. The kai of Ke'ehi Lagoon had so many mullets in it that you couldn't even see your feet standing in the shallows. They'd be hidden by the big schools of fish swimming back and forth in front of you. And if you wanted one for dinner, all you had to do was ka'anai, kick a mullet up and into your arms. So run the litany of kai names across Kona and Ewa in the time of the great Oahu chief, Kuali'i, who was also known as Ku i te ala I ka ua o Kalani. Now, speaking of surfing, that is another famous feature of the kai. And one of the surfing mele for Kalakaua takes us to He'eia. No, not to He'eia of this island, which, as we all know, offers no surfing potential at all, but another He'eia on the island of Hawaii, in Kona, at the north end of Keauhou Bay. There, the king sought to woo a certain someone by demonstrating his surfing prowess. The kai of Ma'amala that fronts Honolulu here is also mentioned in the Hula for Queen Emma, who was also called Kamoha'i. The kai, salt water from the ocean of Kanaloa, was always considered a vital part of Hawaiian healing. So in constant view of the healing ocean waters of Ma'amala, Queen Emma established her hospital, the Queen's Hospital, to care for her subjects. It's a legacy of our ali'i that remains strong with us today. Kahi mea ia aloha ia la, kahi kai ia o Ma'amala. For one so beloved on the shores of Ma'amala.
mai kako. So I also teach at a school, little school out in New Valley, and it's a wonderful place to teach. Although they have a Hawaiian name that nobody knows. It's Kekula Ho'omohalapua, but it's also known as the Honolulu Waldorf School. It's called Kekula Ho'omohalapua because the original founders of the school were amongst them. There were the Lucas family, Thompsons, married Thompsons, and so they wanted Hawaiian culture to be taught at the school. And it was always a difficult mix because not too many Hawaiians know about the Waldorf school, really. But for some reason, I did. And so I've been there for a couple of years, and I've had the real fortune, it's been really fortunate for me to be able to teach grades 1 through 12 at that school. Not many schools that aren't Hawaiian culture based are given that opportunity. So when we were talking about this series, I thought, my keiki know this, little Mele. They do it in 2nd grade, but these are 3rd graders because I figured they already know it. I don't have to teach it again. But hemai, he nahomana hemai. So these are the ones that were free on a Saturday night. So we have Milo and Blaze and Maya and Hana and Pono and Joe. And they're going to do the song Nai'a Ono Ke Kai. It talks about all the different kinds of creatures you can eat, i'a in Hawaiian, that you can eat that are tasty from the ocean. And as long as they kahea right, and I'm counting on Hana to kahea, yeah? She's like, of course, we'll get all of the verses in the right order, I hope. And you can kind of guess which i'a this is. So this next mele, they learn actually in preschool. And when I first told them, "Oh, we're gonna do this mele, you know it, right?" And they said, "Yeah, but it makes us tired because in preschool they sing it to them to go to sleep." So I think there's enough excitement. They're not gonna fall asleep on you on stage, but we'll do it hula noho. So I hope you can see noho, noho ilalo. Okay.
See.
Oh, it's on again. This mele was written by Tinola Beamer. The end of class, for all of the classes up until grade 12, when I remember, we say, "Aloha a mahalo e nā haumana."
Mahalo, mahalo kahi. Mai ke kua, mahalo pua, mahalo ne, mahalo ne mahian. Oh, I have.
Your turn.
Okay. Aloha mai kako,
Aloha mai.
mahalo nui, nā ko kako hika ana mai, no ka ike ana, ka lohi ana, no ka ko mako ho ike ana, yeah. Na nani, no ka nani, no ke au nei, mahalo nui. We thank you for joining us tonight and helping us to celebrate our performance. Ike hopela. Our last of our performances, as our brother Sam Ohu had shared with all of us, and it's now time for us to introduce our musicians, wonderful musicians who we've been not rehearsing a lot. We had a little bit of rehearsal, and then after we had a long break, and then we rehearsed this afternoon. Okay, like 1 hour before the sound check, you know. But I just want to take a little time to introduce. All of you know, of course, Alan Akaka, who has been with us so many of our performances on the steel guitar. We welcome him. And I think this is our first time to have our brothers with us on bass. You know, we have our brothers. Here's with Nahoku Max Sanchez.
Hello.
And you folks are going to enjoy his wonderful singing. You can tell he has that leo ki'e. So beautiful, you know, falsetto. And we're going to have these. He's with a group called Nahoku Paha. And also a student of Brian Eselu, you know, Kawaiha Upuna. And then another one of his really good, his papahoa, you know, in music and dance also. I find out they've had experience in hula, you know, with O'Brien Eselu. And this is our brother Roddy Lopez over here on my left. Yeah, on the guitar. Wonderful guitarist and wonderful voice. And then next to him is Harrison Murray. I know Harrison, in and out different places, but so good to hear his singing. So we really have a nice group tonight. It's going to be a real kind of sit back, relax performance, and just enjoying. For our portion to begin, we're going to be just like the children when they're talking about that nai'a o kamoana, the fish of the sea, and all the different kind of nai'a they're talking about, from ina to wana to veke to he'e, so it kind of rhymed, yeah? Not bad. But anyway, you folks know those names, huh? Veke. You know veke? Umi. What is the veke? What is the one? The goldfish. Yeah, I hear that. Goldfish. Yeah, that one. Oh, the veke. And that one, pika. That one has suction cups. The he'e. So, nice songs. And this next song we're going to do to open up our portion is a song written by Bina Mossman. Many songs that reflect the beauty of the enjoyment of our food in Hawaiian and how we prepare the different kinds of fish and where the fish are located, in terms of the moana, if it's up Aikai side, close to the sand, upper, or if it's kai hohonu, deep in the sea. And the song covers so many areas, and how you either dry it or you aimaka, lomi, with that. When you take chili pepper water, little limu kohu, or the limu that you enjoy the most, the flavor, you mix that in you, and you massage the fish. And that's how, one of the best ways is we say in Hawaiian, ai maka. Oh, it's so ono. I'm kind of having a hard time continuing right now. But anyway, so this is that song. And even when you take the pulehu, Hawaii we say pulehu, to put over the chako, broil, yeah? And I tell you, it's just such a wonderful song. And these Hawaiians, they know how to enjoy their food and how to enjoy the singing, which reflects that food. So this is Bina Mossman's song, and it's called Delicious. Oh, how delicious. Okay. Laka himo homanda piko kaninu li ali havale kemoni akola ko hio ale ke kaila o ko pelu e pepenuana he tu ute molia tu he ono iono a he ono iono a he ono keu akona ho maki alo piko laka himo homanda piko kaninu li ali havale kemoni akola ko hio ale ke kaila o ko pelu e pepenuana he ono tau ute molia he ono iono he ono iono he ono hasn't Aaron. That's a better ride. ia maheane ka puana ka himo mona piko kalima li hali havale he mamoni akula o ka o I o hale ke kaila ko pelu e pelu wana ha I ona tau mi tau I tau tau te mamoni akuna he ono I ono a he ono he ono lava he ono a he ono right on.
Ooh, getting hungry.
I know. That's why I had this kind of concert. You know, we don't want to play the music. We want to go, grab it. Oh, the other day, they had some. I was over at Times Supermarket, and they had some really nice ahi, and the ahi was real fat. It was good for you could make real good. What do you call maguro? Yeah, maguro for the sashimi. But they were selling the limu kohu too. So I look at their price and the price for their poke. Oh, it's too high. So I tell brother, you sell the kohu, I buy one kohu, and I'm gonna go over there and pick up one piece of ahi. I'm gonna make my own. I get my own inamona and my own Hawaiian salt and my own chili pepper water, and I'm gonna have a good time. So I went save about $5-6 per pound. Okay. Oh, what's the next email? Oh, okay. Well, we're going to do a combination of songs talking about the beautiful creatures of our ocean, and then also talk about wahipana. Wahipana, places that are, are right along the ocean. And when you go to these places like Waimanalo, it's just so, you can't help but be at Makapu'u to look at the cliffs there and to see that wonderful ocean there and the beaches of what do you call Kaupo. That's one of the places where you say Kaupo too, And when you come around the old days, Waimanalo used to be connected to what we know as Kaiwi, the Kaiwi area where the Halona is, where the sandy beach, and we know as the English word is the blowhole. And you come around to Maunalua Bay and Hanauma. Anyway, our brother Max going to share that song with all of us. Mahalo, brother. That wonderful hula of Waimanalo. Oh, this is a song that we don't get to hear too often, and we're going to have our auntie Pohai to share it with you. She is, of course, our kumu for the halau that features these beautiful girls. And so, auntie, you want to tell us a little bit about that
Sure.
song?
Aloha. We're going to take you to the island of Kauai now. And this particular song was actually a chant. It was written as a chant by Joseph Kuehu. And he came from the island of Kauai, but from way over on the other side, in the north side in Haena. And so the very first time that he comes to the big town of Lihue, he is standing on the top of what is called Kuhiao, which was an old heiau, and looking down into Nawiliwili Harbor. And as he looks down, this is the very first time he sees a masted ship come into port. He had never ever seen something like this. So he describes in his chant all the sails, the masts, how they go back and forth, how the rudder of the ship is in the back, not doing much of anything. And he says and describes to detail all of these things about this masted ship that he gets to see for the very first time. And so this particular song then gets put into an Awana melody by Auntie Vicky E. Rodriguez. And so we're going to do for you a Kalaiao I Kuhiao, as I stand there in the calm of Kuhiao.
Lovely girls. Now from the island of Kauai, we're going to come back to Oahune. and head to the north side of our island too. You know, Ha'ena is north, like Auntie said. And we're going to go not all the way north on this particular part. Yeah, we're going to head to Punalu. Oh, brother, go talk about it. Punalu. Punalu, no.
Mic on? Yes. So like He'eia, place names like Punalu'u occur in several locations across the island chain. And this is because the name Punalu'u means diving freshwater spring and refers to a wonderful phenomenon in which a freshwater spring emerges offshore, lending a chilly temperature to swimmers, and sometimes offering so much fresh water in a rising column through the denser salt water that one can dive down with an ipuwai, a water gourd, and fill the gourd with delicious cold drinking water, all while in the middle of the ocean. This song, Punalu'u, refers to one such beach in Ka'u district of Hawaii Island, where you can dive for fresh water, but it also celebrates the low crawling waves of Pu'umoa Point, the beautiful coral heads on which one can find the famous fish of Punalu'u, the po'opa'a, a hawkfish. But perhaps Punalu'u is most famous for its Ili Ili Hanau Koloa, a pebble beach named Koloa where the larger Ili Ili are said to give birth to smaller baby pebbles. I've been to Koloa Beach, and I've seen the larger pebbles that have cavities within them, within which a smaller pebble is attached, like a baby to its mother via a short umbilical cord. It's pretty amazing. So this song, composed by George Kealoha Iopa, celebrates all these features in classic Hawaiian tradition, a fine example of a mele o ke kai. Give him a tahobo.
Okay, this is this next Mele we're gonna sing. Oh, we're going from we just Paupunalu. We really hop and skipping and jumping. Oh, I tell you, we really getting our Hawaiian airline miles. And I tell you, this now we're gonna be in the area of Kona, Kona Hema, South Kona. And many of you know the area of Ho'onaunau. You know, you have the various like Napopo, and you have Ke'e, and you come around, and then when you head around that peninsula over there, and you head more in the east direction, southeast direction, you come to Ho'onaunau, the famous Pu'uhonua of Ho'onaunau. Our family, our mahi, we have very much our family over there, and the Grace family and the Ki'aina family, and this is that Ho'onaunau Park. That was the song written by Rose Peters, and our brother Alan going to share it, and our lovely dancers. Oh, and that beautiful place to go swimming, that spring over there, that Kapua'i, the flowing waters. Oh, what is our next melody?
So the next song, when you live close to the sea, is called Nohona Pilikai. And Keali'i Raishal's song of that title speaks of his Tutu Wahine's house, an old-style plantation home right on the beach in Paia. Keali'i recalls that house was central to their family. Each summer, they would have huge gatherings there, tents filling the lawn, fishing and swimming in the kai every day, and music. So this song celebrates the memories of being there, the sea breeze rustling the tea leaves, the sound of the ocean at night, the shade of the coconut trees over sand held embraced by the po'huehue morning glory vines, and the sweet remembrance of kupuna in that beautiful setting. He nani e, he nani no, he nani kahali ali amau. So beautiful, lovely indeed, the ever-present memories of that seaside home.
Along with our lovely girls, we're going to feature our brother Harrison Murray. Kanuhuna Pilikay. Lovely girls. My brother Harrison. Continuing the Mele that we have for this evening of speaking of KK. We're going to end our first portion of our program tonight with a song written by Mele Lam and the words by Auntie Kavena Pukui of that area known as Kaiwi or Hanauma, or we know it as the Mauna Lua Bay area. And this song speaks of, I remember as a young child going over there. I don't go there now because I can't get in. It's so crowded, I tell you. I didn't have days you can go and days you cannot go. And I don't know. I remember we used to go catch uhu, but now you cannot catch anything over there. Anyway, but that's how it is. You know, we have to preserve it as a fish sanctuary now. Hanauma. And so, here's that song, Hanauma by Auntie Mele Lam, the melody, and of course, Kavena Pukui. So we're going to take a little break right now, everyone. You know the drill. You can go and order some food and take it easy. I don't know what time. What time now?
Time for break.
I know it's time for break. What time now?
6:40.
6:40. Oh, sorry, we're 15 minutes over. Okay, I guess we come back, what, 7:10? Is that enough time for eat something? 7:10? We'll come up and we'll do a song. When you hear us sing a song, head back to your seats. Mahalo nui. Everyone, enjoy. Enjoy the break. Ho'o mahakako. Mahalo.
Ke
To our second half of our show. I'm so sorry, we didn't have food out there. You know, I was talking about, did somebody order pizza or something? I don't know. You know, this next, well, it's several angles we're going to take this. It's a song of the ocean or near the sea. Hawaiian we say aikai. Anytime aikai, it's near the ocean side where the sand is, the sand beaches. And just today, through the Hawaiian Music Hall of Fame, we inducted Israel Kamakawiwo'ole into the Hawaiian Music Hall of Fame, and we had our announcement luncheon today. So I remember doing this with him when he was with Makaha Sons of Ni'ihau, and we were doing a concert down at the Waikiki Shell back in '94, I believe. Well, no, before that, about 1990. And I remember doing this, helping write the arrangement for the orchestra, and orchestrated by Angel Pena. And you know, it was so good to see Israel and all the guys, you know, the Coco Boys and Mahina, of course, Moon, and singing this song, White Sandy Beach.
So much fun on a white
about R. Alex Anderson and that song that he wrote, again about the soothing green oceans and the colors of turquoise and so forth. We're going to call up Brother Harrison to sing this for you all. And again, our lovely girls. A song called Soft Green Seas. Soft green seas. Oh, wonderful.
So beyond my league.
Okay, how many of you have? How many of you out there have taken hula lessons? Raise your hand. Okay, good. I see. And in the vast repertoire of your hula learning experience, how many of you have danced beyond the reef? Oh, okay. You can either dance it where you are, or you can come on stage. How's that? Okay? Come. Beyond the reef, where the sea is dark and cold, my love has gone, and our dreams grow. There'll be no tears, there'll be no regretting. Oh, she remember me? Will she forget? I'll send a thousand flowers where the trade winds blow. I'll send my lonely heart, for I love her so. Someday I'll know she'll come back again to me. Till then my heart will be beyond the reach. I'll send 1,000 flowers where the trade winds blow. I'll send my lonely heart, for I love her so. Now everybody sing, someday. Someday I'll know she'll come back. She'll come back again to me. Till then, my heart will be beyond the reef. A nice tag, till then. Till then, my heart will be beyond. Everybody go on. The reef. Hey, we'll get a choir out of here yet, okay? Come on. Oh, this next song is a piece that I kind of didn't quite get it until, I start to really understand the verses, because when I hear the verses and trying to translate them, this was a song that was written about. Was written by, I think it was written about King Lunalilo. And it seems as though in this experience he was sleeping, and I don't know what he had before he went to sleep. But anyway, he
glass
was,
of red wine.
I think it was a little more than red wine. But anyway, he started having these dreams about the expanse of the new age of the Western world on Hawaii. And in this dream, he travels, he goes on a ship, and he travels the ocean, seeing these various lands and places, going to the continent of America and so forth. And just this whole imagination about, where do we fit, in terms of Hawaii, and his vision, so to speak. And so this is the song, Noke Ano Ahi Ahi, means ano is like a state or a position or a kind of a condition, a trait of the evening. And it's the early evening if it's Ahi Ahi. And so in this song, in his dream, he sees all these things for the future of his Hawaii. Loke ano ahi ahi.
Ina! Puki mai le hele uma! O mā kau kau! Holo aku!
Noke ano. This next song is one which will feature lovely hula girls, and another one of those songs that speak about the moku of the ocean, Hawaii, and how that particular canoe and its sail and everything, and the paddlers and forward and back in synchronization with each other. A wonderful song by Auntie Lena Machado called Holo Wa'apa. Holo Wa'apa.
Okay, got that.
Oh, port hard. Port hard. Oh.
Yeah, port hard, work hard. Work it.
This next song is, I love this song because it's like from traveling from the area of Honolulu, leaving Mamala, the harbor is called Mamala. We saw an earlier rendering of Mamala in the Kahiko section, but you know, it's that Lat Kawe is the composer of this song, and Lat was always on, you know, he wasn't a seafaring person, and he comes from the area of Ho'okena, Kona, and likes to, as he was traveling, he'd always speak about the various places he would go, and then also the wonderful fish that he would see. Of course, in Kauna, he's not talking about fish, of course, and one such fish are those fish with those lovely orange eyes, you know, kole makaonaona. And if you, those who have had experience in Kona or any place, you know, where you enjoy your fish, especially like kole, and the reason why they call makaonaona because the eye is yellow. Anybody eat kole out there? Anybody eat kole? You don't know the kole fish?
You're not talking about okole, yeah?
No, sorry. Oh, please. Oh, Alan. Oh, and a kaka of that. Oh, please. Now, anyway, yeah. It's a blackfish that has it's a wonderful reef fish. And you know, that fish is not really hard to catch. You know, they're kind of funny. You go over there and you got your spear, and when you see them right going in and out of the coral, you shoot at them, and if your spear miss, they don't move. They just stay right there, you know?
Waiting.
It's so funny, that fish. So when you catch them, and then we like to either, we like to pulehu it on top of the, fork chaco, or we fry it. And sometimes the fish is so rich that the oil come like butter. The oil actually come yellow like butter. And it's so sweet. And that's why in the old days we couldn't, only the ali can eat the kole. And so he's talking about this kole makauna when he comes out of them. Comes from the Mumuku wind. One thing I like about this song, he talks about all the wind names. He also talked about rain winds. You're going to hear Max going to sing this song. And you're going oh, who's going to sing? Oh, Harrison going to sing this. Oh, Roddy going to sing.
We keep passing it down, so I guess I'm stuck with the song.
I saw Huikau. I so confused. Okay. So anyway, raise your hand if you're going to sing the song, okay?
I don't know how to sing it, but I will tonight.
But anyway, he talks about kukalahale. Anybody know what kukalahale means? Anybody out there? Kukalahale is the name of the rain of Honolulu. In the old days, we used to say kukalahale. We know we're talking about Honolulu. Or sometimes we say ko. That's another old name for Honolulu. And then another wind that we talk apa wind. The apa wind is over there, Kohala. And then when the boat go from Upolu Point, from Kohala, make its way down to Kauai High. And that's what is the wind over there? He says, Naulu. Naulu is it. And you going to sing the Mumuku verse? Oh, wait. No, you going to sing them, yeah?
I'm going to try.
Oh, going to try. Okay. Then there's the Mumuku wind. And that's down there and at, Kekaha, on your way out to Kona Village area, after Kalauipua. Anyway, he's so good about that, naming the winds and the rains and those wonderful, tasty fish. Oh. Okay, he goes. Honolulu.
And there's no hula dancer to this song?
No hula. Anybody out there learn this hula? You gotta come up and dance.
Anybody know how to dance this song?
Oh, Max.
I would dance the song, but I forgot my holoku at home.
Go get it.
I don't see the words on the paper. Telling his own story.
Oh, sweet and so delicious. Yeah, that's such a wonderful song. Oh, I tell you, when you come to his hometown, Ho'okena, the people when they talk about Latkawe, Auntie Malia Creva, she's from Ho'okena, and she used to say, "Oh, I tell you that man, he is a rascal man." I never met Latkawe, but a lot of the songs that talk about him and where he's been and what he's experienced. Wonderful song. Experience. Okay, where am I? This song is by Auntie Leipua Ala Robbins, and she wrote a whole bunch of wonderful songs about the Waikiki area. Like the song Le'ahi, that was one of her songs. And then when Matson was
Testing.
okay, testing. Drill. Don't worry. Is there a fire? No. Okay. Anyway. Okay.
There's the conch shell.
Anyway, so what happens is that when the Matson Lines, named this one of their luxury liners, there was the Matsonia, the Lurleen, and so forth, and the Mariposa. How many of you folks remember those ships? Raise your hand. Okay, I didn't think I was as old as I am, but yeah, the people that still remember those ships. And when they built the Malolo, Malolo was when it came into harbor, as it made its way, it stopped. On her maiden voyage, it stopped right in front of the Royal Hawaiian Hotel. Because that was owned by Matson too in the Dillingham, right? So anyway, as that ship came in, they had a big pageantry, just like Aloha festivals. And the canoe went out with the mo'i and all of his regalia and the mo'i wahine and so forth. And this song was written. By Mary Puala. And of course, she also wrote the song Royal Hawaiian Hotel, back in 1927. So this kind of takes us back to a part of our Hawaiian history during the early part of the tourism industry, and how much Auntie Mary Robbins, Puala Robbins, played in many of the compositions. Malolo. this is the new wave of Hawaiian music that kind of started when I returned home from Connecticut in college years, about 76. There's a group called Nakione Mana, sorry, Kione Mana, and that was Kili Tau'a, Kalani, and Sampo Pokipala, and of course they're guided by Roland Casimiro, who just recently passed away. And Roland was kind of like a guiding light for them because he started the whole new concepts of contemporary Hawaiian music. And so we're going to do a composition featuring his wonderful music, and it's called Na Pea O Kaokele. Sail from the Hula. Words by, of course, the words by Kiritawa and also Bozo. Another one of those wonderful songs. We're not
What is our next song?
Talk about again.
Okay.
Another one of those contemporary songs. Okay,
Same
brother.
hokulea, but this one is a Star of Gladness, yeah?
Yep. Yeah. Star.
Same.
Continue.
Same va'a.
Same va.
Yeah. Oh, you folks know the story about the Va'a, Hokulea, the Star of Gladness. I'm sure some of you have all contributed to the Hawaiian Hawaiian Historical Voyaging Society, how that started way back, with Pinky Thompson and Herb Kane. The story has gone on, and the wonderful accolades of all these years of this sea travel, and then of course the offspring from the Hokulea to many of the other wa'a, that have born and come through and have sailed the Pacific, South Pacific, North Pacific, in fact around the world this past year, the last 4 years, right? Following the Hokulea and Hikilea. Yeah. And so, wonderful stories. You folks know that. I don't need to tell you. You guys all watch TV, right? So, anyway, we're going to continue with that music about Hokulea.
Raindrops, they hamper my vision. Falling down, Tahiti. Millions of stars up in the sky. Looking up, they all make us high. They are the star of gladness. They are the star of gladness. Your heart slides through the sea. And holy are, Lord, we ask you please. And in this we pray, Lord, to show us the way. Holy are, you're the star of gladness. Holy are, you're the star of Stand beside me and be my friend. Make me smile and laugh again. Holy, you're the star of gladness. Oh, holy, you're the star of gladness. Slice through the sea. Night holy are, we ask you please. We pray, Lord, to show us the way. Holy are, you're the star of gladness. Oh, holy are, you're the star of gladness. Holy are, you're the star of gladness. All right, mahalo, thank you. I was waiting for a hula dancer to come up on the stage. Oh, there she is.
We're not going to bring everyone on stage to do our last of our selections for this evening. And
Second to the last.
oh, this is second to what? What is it? Hawaii Aloha. Okay, yeah, that's right. We always end with Hawaii Aloha. But this is going heading to Rapa Nui. Heading to Rapa Nui.
Okay,
That's
wait.
the translation.
Is it
E
on?
Rapa Nui
Is
is
it on?
heading
Is
to
it on?
Rapa
Is it on?
Nui. Going to Rapa
It is, eh? Okay.
E Rapa Nui. I'm going to Rapa Nui. Okay.
So, folks, in a few of the last songs, you heard the word Naluina and Heleuma.
Yeah.
Luina is a crew member. So, Naluina would be, if you say, Naluina, that means all hands. And then Heleuma is the anchor. So, Huki mai ka Heleuma is like pull up the anchor. So, in 1999, when Hokulea successfully sailed from Tahiti to Rapa Nui, Kumujan, Keola Lake, and Arhala were assigned to greet them as they arrived in the famous Bay of Anakena. There was much celebration, feasts and song, dancing and sharing of stories with the great feat of Hokulea, reaching Te Pito Tehenua, the navel of the world, as Rapa Nui is also known. The songs of Rapa Nui have a Tahitian flavor, and so Kubu Lake was inspired to compose a song in that style, commemorating Hokule'a's arrival. The Wa'akaulua, with its kia, its mast, seen at Rapa Nui the first time in centuries that a traditional canoe had sailed into their waters from Mangareva, following on Kealamakia, the path aimed for unerringly. Yay! A lot of us here did.
see you all for our next season starting. Our season next year will be, the theme will be Na Moku E Ha, which
We're gonna
means
start
the
with
4
Kauai.
islands.
Yeah.
We are on the island of Kauai, and we have some wonderful musicians and performers coming to celebrate that island. So we'll see you all the next round of season. A round of applause for all our performers tonight. Keiki from Kekula Mohala, and all the halau here, and our wonderful musicians. Drive safely, everybody. Take care now. We'll see you.
Thank you.
Mahalo.